Welcome to Week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Eagles and the Vikings, next on Madden Football.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards in the game's initial play.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He'll get this underneath to Henderson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Hurts. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
And I do think that there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or two, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I'd keep pressing it downfield.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be taken down at the 34. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Flush to his right. And this is caught by Watkins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
running it with a fullback, Burton. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that.
He was brought down by Josh Smith. Still gaining on the play.
Here's Newman.
To
the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Newman. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
It's 4th down.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road.
And I think the ball's out.
Darrell Henderson, the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9. Hurts. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Hurts pass complete to Darrell Henderson.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. A good pickup there, 22.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They go play action with Hurts. He's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so. Bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. Newman looking to throw it. He's going to get this one down to Cook. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 32-yard line.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Holding offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Newman. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Second down, it's Henderson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, good move. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's the backup, Newton. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll go Madison up the middle, down to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They fake the give. Newton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
I can make this one pretty simple. One of the progressions down to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup at 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. Oh, he shifts pass, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then tonight and see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 38, Newton. Flushed out right. And this one's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Newton. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a give to Madison. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Madison running right. Give him 4 on the carry. That'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Newton. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Book. His throw incomplete. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Book now. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And that is no good. Oh, he hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Going to run with Madison again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. There's going to be a jet sweep. Newton bats it forward. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. Newton now to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Back to throw. Newton. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Steps away. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Madison. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Cam Newton, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Now Newton. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Newton now to throw. And that will be incomplete. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Newton. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 6 from the 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Graham. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Newton. Touchdown, Vikings! Jimmy Graham. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Book. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So that now back-to-back drive CD that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see offense and defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Running from the shotgun with Madison. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw is Book. That's taken in by Smith-Marset. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down. Here's an option right. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. And they'll try and run forward Gainwell. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Book. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DJ Wadham got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Back to throw here. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Roughing the tackle. Defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered. But this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And that's not going to get it done. We'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Cody Parkey now for the Eagle field goal. This will be, 38 yards out. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
You're starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there, turning it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
That's complete to Smith-Marset. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's how multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
It wasn't a breakdown in protection. Did the running back not pick him up? That doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Book to throw for it here on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10.
2 yards on the pickup.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. This goes out wide from Madison. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
Throwing again is Newton.
At the 26.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Madison. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28. Newton to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. To the air again, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And the Eagles defense able to hold. A 1st down throw for Book. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. Book now. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Book. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the handoff, Gainwell. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. Book. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Book hit, and he lost it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Throwing is Newton. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Now Newton. And his throw here is incomplete. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over first and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Look from the gun on third down. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, it's Book. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He's going to keep this again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On third down, it's Gainwell. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Newton. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Newton on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Newton now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Newton's pass complete.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
The fullback wide. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Tackled by Patrick Johnson. A gain of a yard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Here's Newton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Back to throw, Newton. Buying time to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cam Newton, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know, they're going to
feel right.
Exactly.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And some room to run now. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Ian Book keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Escaping the pressure right. Down inside the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Flushed out right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Newton now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Vikings and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, These coaches like to win, and I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Newman. And that'll be taken in downfield by Green. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Newman's throw taken in here by Fuller. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Throwing now, Newman on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Newman to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The 7th play now this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now it's Newman. And the reception made by Green. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. A gain of 22. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Newman looking to throw it. Over the middle to Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Now Newman. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Well, it's up to how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Bro, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Newman. And he fires one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action, Newman. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Newman. Steps away to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Ray, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move but couldn't free much space. From the 16, Mahomes. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And they go play action now. Newman. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Newman. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Newman. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now here comes Kansas City. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. And they'll throw on 1st down with Newman. And oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And now off to the races down the right side. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd down, here's Newman. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Cook. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Handoff right side to Wandu. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. And they'll run again. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. From the 31, Mahomes. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Mahomes now to throw. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Now a carry here for Hilliard. It's a gain of 6. Moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 6.
Mahomes going to throw. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of the play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
They run it again with Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. On 3rd down, Newman. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Chiefs offense ready to go again. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. He's got it to the 43 here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he's going to go up top for the end zone. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Newman looking to throw it. And the reception made by Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On 1st down, Newman. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Play action. Now Newman. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 16. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now Newman. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here's Allen. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Now Newman on 2nd down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Newman. That's to... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Slant route, that's complete to Travis Kelce. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's McKenzie. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. He'll drop it and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to run with the longer. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Newman. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Being chased, and he's going to go down again. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And this one is right through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's Kelce on the grab. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked, and I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's Hilliard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. He'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Harris returning. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle, and he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down, Newton. And that is incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
Defensive line not getting turned. All the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll run again with Hilliard. Gets around him. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On the run, this is Hilliard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll run. It's Hilliard. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Bullard in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, all right, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head.
And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Now a handoff up the middle. Hilliard takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Newton to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. There'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And here's Ryan right now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's at the 30. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And how about how he improvised right there, because he got flushed out of the pocket, locked eyes with his wide receiver, who knew to just keep running. And he was able to lay that one out there for him to run under.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll try the left side. Hilliard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Hilliard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
On 1st down, Hilliard. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Up the middle they go. Hilliard, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Dontrell Hilliard taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across. Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8th. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Newton. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st. These preseason games are big in the development of rookie receivers, and now their teams want to see if they're going to be truly NFL caliber. So oftentimes, offensive coordinators will call certain plays to see how they react. Give them a big check mark for that one. Off-play action. Newton. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing again is Newton. A quick throw, but incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play. And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes, or they're starting to look like a good offensive football team.
Newton on third down. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hilliard. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The running back, Dontrell Hilliard, has it here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. He'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down. So 4 sacks in the game. Charles, I don't know. Should we think about maybe bypassing Rookie of the Year and just jump straight to Defensive Player of the Year for him?
Oh, I like the whimsical tone in your voice on that one, because what we're seeing right now, Rookie shouldn't be able to do what he's doing, but he's getting it done. A little precocious, this young man.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings head out to take over once again. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Newton now to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Now a give to Madison. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And a throw right sideline is complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. On 2nd and 9, Newton. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Chiefs now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Keep in mind, no overtime in the preseason, so without getting ahead of ourselves, we'll likely see a 2-point try should they get this in the end zone.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window. And sometimes interceptions result.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll indeed take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. What a change in this ball game in the 4th quarter, Charles. They just completely took over. And not only did they get the lead, they end up winning somewhat comfortably.
And when we spent time talking with them before the game, they made sure that we knew that they thought that they were the better team in this one, and they never lost that thought or lost that focus, and they played like it in the 4th quarter. That's how you author a late comeback and get a win.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Vikings and the Colts on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at Matt Ryan, a man who's been in the league since back in 2008.
And I think if there's one quarterback in the league who sometimes gets taken for granted, to me it's Matt Ryan, because I think throughout his career, he's been consistently excellent. Frequent member of the 4,000-yard club, savvy veteran, knows how to throw the deep ball and create big plays. And yes, he will beat you from the pocket.
Throwing Ryan to start out. He's going to find Taylor downfield. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Ryan. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Flush to, and the pressure gets to him again. Credit Corey Littleton blowing that play up. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Newman to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Newman. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. First and 10, Taylor now. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Ryan. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Newman looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
From the 35 on second down, Ryan. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Ryan. And Walker with it over the middle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. Oh, able to avoid him. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Second down, another run with Taylor. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw there going to be incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. Gay's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. An injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him and we'll step aside for a moment. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Newman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now it's Newman. And that will be incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10. At their own 44. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. Powers through him. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Taylor. Nifty move. That one a first down pickup of 8. Nothing our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Partner, DJ sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Taylor. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. A 10-play drive that time. And he was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Newman. Finding Green complete. The ball comes out. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And he wisely will throw that one away. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in his first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Newman. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newman. And this one complete to Will Fuller. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Newman will throw again. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Newman. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action. It's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Taylor. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Ryan. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he goes out right around the 39. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Newman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A nice little juke. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that's incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On 3rd down, Newman. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 95 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Ryan. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Running left, Taylor able to slither by. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Here's Ryan to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And out now come the Vikings. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Throwing now, Newman on first down. And that'll be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Newman. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Green's got it over the middle. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they'll try and throw for it with Newman. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but it's still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Ryan. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing again, Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Walker. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 3rd and 2. Now Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Braxton Berrios as the first half is winding down. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room, maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll try the middle with Cook, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Newman looking to throw it. His throw incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now it's Newman. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Berrios. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Room here to run. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 117 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half. And
that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Ryan. Finding Walker, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. On the handoff, Taylor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run here with Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Ryan. This is caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
4th down. Here's Ryan. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ashton Doolin there to make the grab. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now Newman on second down. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now Newman on first down. He sees Fuller on the out route, and it's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. On first and 10, it's Newman. And this is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Newman will throw again. Over the middle to Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Newman. And that is incomplete.
Because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Second down, another run with Taylor. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 3rd and 2, here's Newman. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. On 1st down, Newman. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Play action. Newman. It's complete to Fuller. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. It's a throw again here, Newman. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. On second down, Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will remain well behind.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the gun on third down, Newman.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry.
He'll take it inside the 25. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
They run again with Hines. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they go screen. It's complete. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5. From just shy of midfield, Newton. And he rifles one incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. To the air again, Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
To throw is Newton.
And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and they will remain well behind. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Hines.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Back to the air on second down. Henderson steps away to his left.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Back to throw. Henderson. Throw left side, complete to QT. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
Hines again, and he's going the wrong way again. He'll lose yardage here back to the 5.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The gain knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this.
You hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset buttons.
He's got him in, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Again, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
On second down, right back to Hines.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants a football in his hands. He's had a good day. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Hines.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run with Hines.
Yeah, good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.